We're back at Winterhold College. You'll notice that this big orb has now been miraculously moved by Tolfdir and has been placed in this big lecture theatre. One word to say about the caller in the last video is that she actually has a key to a ritual chamber just behind her, which you can't get if you try to pickpocket her for some reason. In the ritual chamber there's just some minor treasures that really aren't worth getting to in my opinion. Let's go and talk to Tolfdir though and see if he's impressed with that.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
You look like you could use a hand.
Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but, well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me?
Okay, an alembic, which is a piece of alchemy equipment. I don't know what it looks like, but obviously it'll seem quite out of place, and plus it'll have a massive little pointer saying where it is. I'm just wandering around basically with muffle spell in one hand and just casting it occasionally, and I've leveled up several times without that skill cap. Anyhow, let's go and speak to this guy, because last time we'd recovered a few books. We've got tons of books, but basically we picked up a book called The Night of Tears, which is basically by Dronoseleth. It's about Sarthel, holds a prominent place in Skyrim history. It's one of the sites that the Nords settled, and also a site of terrible bloodshed when the elves attempted to drive the Nords out of Skyrim, and only succeeded in incurring their wrath in the form of Ysgramor and his 500 companions, who swept the elves from Skyrim and established it as the home for the Nords. All this is known but little else. What happened on that Night of Tears when Sarthel was razed to the ground? What provoked the elves to such deliberate, vicious attack, and what prompted a severe response from the Nords? Well, obviously you know what prompted the severe response is that they all got killed. Vingalmo's treatise on Altmore antecedents suggests that the elves of the Merethic era, along with their counterparts, the early Dwemer, possessed a degree of sophistication unparalleled in Tamriel. They displayed power beyond what could be expected of the time. While a distinct explanation is not given for this, I believe that this work, compared with the early writings of Hesef Chirinus, suggests that something greater was at work on that night in Sarthel. The true motives behind the Night of Tears have been obscured to us, but I believe this was not simply a war of territory or of control of Skyrim. I believe what happened was based around something very particular. The Nords found something when they built their city, buried deep in the ground. They attempted to keep it buried, and the elves learned of it and coveted it for themselves. So they assaulted Sarthel, and they wanted the power for themselves. I believe Ysgramor knew something of what the elves would find under Sarthel and rallied together to gather his people to keep the elves from gaining it. When Nords controlled Skyrim, this power was buried deep below the earth and sealed away. Wonder why he actually didn't tell anyone else, or why he didn't use it to help dominate the world, which is what he wanted to do. Time has kept this knowledge from us, but it's my hope that time will also reveal the truth of these words. Every effort will be made to relocate Sarthel and find that which has been lost to us. Okay, that was one of the books. I'll just check the journal for the other book. Well, I don't know which books they are. Hang on, if I go and check my inventory again. It was that book, Night of Tears. Got so many books now. Was it a hypothetical treachery? No, it wasn't that one. Let's speak to him, because he'll know.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Oh, here are the books.
Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
A fragment on Artium has been removed, and the last king of the eyelids has been removed. I've been given Daughter of the Nibbon and Race of Phylogeny, and some skill books, basically 3 skill books.
Alright then.
Okay, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'll pause there and wait for something interesting to happen. Yes, we're going to go and speak to Tolfir, so we'll tell him about Sarthel.
Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
Yeah, he's found that the
Is
Snow
that the
Elves
one
wanted
about
it.
something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must
No,
intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go.
No.
Really? Will allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
I don't care what you think. I don't
One
like high elves.
questions. All you need to know is that the Psijic Order is a rogue organization, believing themselves to be above the law. They have clashed with the Old Mary Dominion before, and I have no intention of allowing that to happen here.
So we're supposed to follow Ankono. You go ahead, I'll just level up my illusion around about 100 times.
You are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Okay, through here, in the Arcanium perhaps? I think it's up in the Archmage's quarters actually. Let's get past all these guys. And Kono has got Thalmor robes on. Yes, he's in the Archmage quarters. So we follow. Oh, he's disappeared? Oh no, he's down there. But that looks like a monk. Okay, here we are.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
Look at all this. It's all gone night eye-ish.
It is good to meet you in person.
Okay. What do you want?
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
Okay. What does it have to do with me?
Events in motion at Sarthor. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
Okay, do something that's kind of
As you may
vague.
have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
Right, okay.
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Okay, so we'll speak to this Augur then.
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
Well, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
Right, that's all done. So they weren't suspicious that I just suddenly skipped about 2-3 meters. What is this light? It must be a magic mage light. Let's speak to
It's no
Savos.
secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted.
Well, what did he want with you?
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
Okay, who is the Augur of Dunlane?
Has Toftir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
So we're supposed to go and talk to Tolfdir, but we'll do that at another time.